today what we're going to do is make some handle blanks using mini pine cones as well as glitter. I don't remember ever doing this before. Maybe I have, but I wanted to see it again. If I had done it already, I don't think I have. So I thought glitter plus mini pine cones, I don't know, should be kind of fun. And so the idea for this project actually came from my, I have a saw stop, table saw. That doesn't matter. I have a table saw, let's just say. And it has a, you know, like the T-fence, T-square, whatever fence. And, you know, it's got this little handle. And it's ugly. It's usable. It's got a nice, you know, kind of rubbery grip. But I'm like, man, I could totally make a custom handle for this. So that's what kind of prompted this idea for today. I think to get a 6-inch blank, 300 grams should probably do it. And we're going to be using the strawberry syrup one for the red. So I need to drop some pine cones in my blank here, or in my mold. I'm also going to put a drop of red dye in here. This is a single teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. So let's do like 1, 2, and just let's look at it. See what this looks like. Once we mix it in. I think that'll probably be pretty good. That looks pretty dense. I don't know. Let's see what 2 teaspoons. I think that should probably work. Well, all right, these things turned out really awesome. I'm loving the way they look. Glitter plus pine cones so far is looking pretty good. Now, I think it's going to be even better once we actually, you know, cut into these things and you can see the pine cones, like the sections of them, because they make really cool shapes. So overall, pretty excited about this. Now, this one's mine. It's the red one, and it's going to be a handle for my saw stop fence, like I mentioned earlier. So what I need to do is I'm going to square up the ends over on the saw. Then I'm going to drill a hole in one end, and then glue a bolt in, and that's it's a M10 1.5 thread bolt. So I'm just going to glue it in, leave the hex on the top, sticking out of the blank, and I'm going to try and just use that to grab onto when we turn it. I think it should work. So, you know, once everything's glued in. So hopefully I'll keep my fingers crossed that you know, setup works the way that I'm thinking it might. But once we're done, once it's shaped, then all I got to do is just lop off the top, that hex part of the bolt, and I'm good to go. So anyway, let's head over to the saw, then we'll do some drilling and glue that bolt in. All right, so before I start drilling on this thing, I wanted to share, we're going to do something a little bit kind of cool, I think. Some of you guys probably know this trick. I've mentioned it before. I don't do it a lot, though. If you need to hide hardware or threads or something like that in, you know, something like a bottle stopper that's pretty see-through or, you know, whatever. One cool way to do it is you drill, you know, this is a 10mm bolt. All I need to do is drill a 10mm hole and it'll fit in there. But what I'm going to do is drill a 12.5mm hole first. Then I'm going to fill that hole with black dyed resin, casting resin. Let that set up. Then I'm going to come back and drill a 10mm hole in there. and it's going to be, you know, the bolt is going to be totally covered by black resin basically. You just won't see it. So it's kind of a neat little trick to hide the stuff without having to, you know, mess around with dyeing, you know, 5-minute epoxy or whatever you're using to glue it in. You can just get it, you know, like absolutely perfect, and you don't have to worry about any threads at all being visible.
Next morning.
I'm excited about this. Wow. Oh man, that is awesome. Well, all right, guys, this thing is all finished up and it turned out fabulous. I couldn't be happier with this. And the cool thing about it is I get to enjoy this every single day. That's what I love about shop projects like this. Everything worked out well the way that I did things. Now, I don't know that that double drilling method really mattered on this one because you can't really see in there. However, hopefully it'll be helpful for you guys, you know, just kind of covering that. But we'll have to see how everything goes with this. One thing I did want to mention is the finish or lack thereof. What I decided to do was just go for kind of a satin finish, and all I did was sand it up to 1,000 grit, mainly because this is shop furniture. It's going to get kind of used and abused. It's not going to be sitting on a shelf looking glossy. You know, like the first day, it's going to get scratched and kind of, you know, dulled most likely in use. So why go through all the steps? Now, you know, typically I would put a finish on pine cones. I think they're going to be fine in this case, but it's kind of a little bit of an experiment as well. I'll kind of check back in and you know, if something happens to this or it degrades in any way, you know, I'll kind of revisit that. One other question or concern that was brought up during the stream was, you know, is this going to be strong enough to handle you know, the forces that are applied on that T-fence? And so far it didn't, you know, nothing stood out to me. I think it should be fine, but I'll be keeping my eyes on that. But anyway, guys, I enjoyed making this. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe, of course, to the channel. Help me reach that goal of 100,000 subscribers. That's what I'm shooting for this year. I know that I have some work to do on my end, but you know, if you're already watching videos, you know, just a click away and you can subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the new videos that are getting posted, as well as when I go live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So Wednesday is 3 p.m. Pacific time for live streams. We do some resin casting. Saturday is the turning portion, noon 12 p.m. Pacific time. So you got two choices there. And then these guys, this video was a shortened version of those two live streams, just kind of cut together. So hopefully you're enjoying the shorter form. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it. Hopefully you'll join the next live stream. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.